Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Summit 6. We're here with the second series of the day, the second game of it as well, MP versus Wings. Of course, as it stands, Wings 1-0 at the moment, but what a great game one it has been. As we can see, the rest of the players chilling out today. Boys here, mixture of EG and, well, no, just EG, isn't it? Players everywhere. I was like, what are we looking at? It's EG, isn't it? Yeah. Crit, Zai, Universe, and Artur. But anyway, here back at the panel, we're getting ourselves ready for Game 2. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with your boy Ben Wu, PPD, and of course Sheever. Game 1, Ben, talk to me about Envy's Invoker. Where did...
Whoa.
What?
What? That was pretty good. That was solid.
Yeah.
He secured a lot of their early game for them. I mean, he hit Sunstrikes while people were upheaval. Not the hardest thing, but it's still, he contributed a lot.
I mean, with the Tornado usage, as you said, there were definitely team fights where the Tornado wasn't ideal. Do you think Envy looks back on that and, like, do you think he realizes immediately it was the wrong play with certain Tornadoes? Or?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think Owie definitely.
Owie
would tell him.
Yeah. No, it's, I mean, practice makes perfect. Like we said, Envy's kind of a mid player in training, not known for a particularly, like, fantastic invoker. But, you know, your end goal is, you know, winning majors and winning TI, so got to get there eventually, so.
They also don't run Ursa that often. I think they usually run a harder carry for
usually goes with like a Sven or such, don't they, Owie's.
But, like, the thing about Ursa is, like, you can't mess up in those mid-game team fights because he's not the best late gamer. He's really good first 35, 40 minutes.
And he's got to farm heroes. He's got to
you do have to farm heroes, but, like, they never actually approached the base of T3. They were like, we're really close a couple of times, but with Ursa, you have to win the team fights really, really hard, and if you tornado and you don't kill people and you can't get to the base, that's kind of what happens.
Yeah, Peter, what do you think overall kind of allowed Wings to come together so well at the end of that one? Was it just the draft, or was it a particular player you felt just absolutely played out their mind in that game?
I think a lot of the team fights kind of went like very even, right? Like we saw like maybe 3 heroes die on each team, maybe 4 heroes here and there. But you saw like there was a couple just big mistakes by NP. Like we saw, what was it? Envy died without buyback. Yeah, in the middle. When we bought that Octarine, they lost like 2 sets of racks or something, right?
Yeah, that was definitely lost at least the second.
That was a huge turning point in the game. And we talked about at the beginning of the draft, NP not really having that building pusher, and we thought Invoker was going to fill that slot. And you know, he didn't go like the right-click build that I've seen him go before. So even if they kind of won a team fight or were able to push, they didn't really have a lot of damage to knock down the towers very quickly and take map control. I mean,
how big of kind of a setback do you feel it was for MP's lineup when they were down 2 sets of racks? Was there still potential for a comeback, or at that point with their heroes, was the game already looking pretty dire for them?
No, I think there was definitely potential. We saw a lot of great team fights for them. That's where we talked about maybe some of those tornadoes kind of limiting the amount of damage AUI was able to do in fights. So I think that if they just, I mean, they played well. Like they really did, but just maybe a little bit better, and they can, you know, come out with the W.
Yeah. And Ben, Game 2, are we going to see something totally different from both of these teams? Will we see Envy Invoker again necessarily? I mean,
they love that hero. I still think they should keep picking him. It suits his playstyle very well because he doesn't like to be super involved in the first 10 minutes of the game. And
I mean, we saw him do very well. Yeah, as you said, in the laning stage, hitting the Sunstrikes, because they had the setup across the map. He managed to get a great lead at the start.
I think he also needs the Aegises. I think the team just plays a lot better on it because we saw Wings just all in on the Invoker like so many times, and without a 4-staff super early, and like the Rock is okay, but then they just BKB'd and kind of just zerged him down. So if I think like AUI, he can kind of play without an Aegis, and he's much better at, I think, in that sort of situation. It's a little bit more risky for their overall play, I think, because Ursa like goes in first, but Invoker was the one, I think. We talked about it during the game a little bit in hindsight 2020, but in the future, like, he usually gets it.
Yeah, I mean, and Sheev coming into Game 2, anything that you saw in Game 1 that you're looking forward to seeing again from both the sides?
Well, I think the main thing about this next game is that even though Wings won, I don't think they're going to be very happy with their performance. Wasn't it them that won at some point in the game, and rather than coming into, you know, taking their prize, they went to check on replays before even coming downstairs? Last Summit that was. I think Wings is not going to be satisfied with that Game 1.
But at the same time, do you think MP is going to be kind of a bit shaken up with that loss? Or do you think that MP is a team that can
I mean, as Peter already pointed out, that is a tough loss to have. It was a game that took a lot of energy to play, and then to lose, it doesn't put you in a right mindset maybe to continue on. And we saw that at the Northern Beat Arena finals, that they struggled with that coming into Game 2.
After they lost Game 1 at Canada Cup, and Game 2 they first picked Warlock and Treant, which I actually I tweeted about it and kind of was like, I just had Treant first pick in like 2016. I thought like, I think that was like kind of like a tilty pick, so I hope we don't see something similar here. I don't think you can ever really first to a Treant right now.
And kind of going back into the draft of game 1, we have got game 2 starting, so we should be able to get that up in your screens. Oh, we've got a time in 10 seconds.
Oh, sorry.
In fact. But in the draft, we had that thing with the Elder Titan. After watching the game, do you feel another hero could have been better suited, or were you happy with what SVG was able to offer with the Elder Titan in that game?
I think their options are very limited. I was very pleased with the Nyx pick. I thought MSS
he played really nice.
very, very well, except for that one spot where he missed the stun on the Spirit Breaker. But he played very well throughout the game, and that was a really great pick for them. Elder Titan. It was an okay pick. Maybe something that had some building damage would have been nice. I think SVG's played a bit of Jakiro. That could have been an interesting pick for them. Or Rasta, or even a jungler, a Chen, something.
I mean, they do love it. They're picking it up first this time around. It is arguably SVG, I want to say one of his best heroes, that we kind of see as he's kind of risen up with MP. But yeah, a lot of confidence in the pick picking up first. It's
Warlock being banned out this time by MP, so different first pick for the game.
Would you say that Elder Titan, in terms of comparing it to the Warlock, giving away something about your draft? Is Elder Titan also not giving anything away?
It is. To me, no.
No. I mean, does it put you off picking certain kind of cores? Like, do you kind of lean away from like your agi stuff?
So there's a couple different heroes that have that kind of effect on the game, and that's Elder Titan, Nyx Assassin, and who's the anti-strength one?
Timber?
Timber, yeah, Timber's okay.
I guess like Axe for melee. I don't know.
Sure, yeah, Axe
just some stuff like that.
Something like that. Like Batrider even can be relatively good against a lot of strength heroes. So Elder Titan kind of dissuades that agility pool. We still saw a Weaver in the last game from Wings, and eventually they just built Vlad's AC, and
that was a really strong Weaver performance as well.
Really huge issue, but we saw how fast Ursa was able to eat that Weaver with the DT aura, so
absolutely.
Definitely something to consider.
Wings opening up with the Magi this time round. Second pick.
Another pick that doesn't really reveal too much, just a strong laner.
Another pick that Wings has never picked against NP.
Switching it up yet again.
That's how they do things.
Yep.
Jug, that is something that we did see Wings, of course, play against MP in the Northern Arena Finals.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very strong performance from Do they always play, or they could do it? Do they do it in both lanes?
They do it in both.
They do it in both lanes.
People like Juggernaut against Elder Titan.
Yeah.
The spin, the magic community, taking off that aura. Very useful.
Ursa Warrior.
And
Dodge
another
the-
Ursa.
Dodge the clap, or dodge the stomp when you're sieging towers.
I guess Ursa, again, a good core for core matchup against the Jug with the Enrage.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think when you see Wings has an Ogre and a Juggernaut, you don't really worry about the Ogre. There's not like, counters to Ogre. You don't need to counter an Ogre. But you see Juggernaut and you think, let's get an anti-Juggernaut hero. And Ursa's one of those. I think Axe could have been a great option for them as well.
And of course, looking through the bans as well that are going to come out. If you're MP, you've seen the Jug, Healing Ward, and then the combination with potential Oracle pick. We saw why with great play on the Oracle last game. Is Oracle going to kind of come into the bans here, or is that unlikely the Wings look for it?
With Ursa, it's mainly two things. One is making sure that you have enough Roche fight, which they definitely did last game. Another one is trying to make sure that he can actually stick on a target. Elder Titan's not the best partner with him. I think MSS did a really great job of allowing him to kill people, and NV unfortunately did not. So you need for him to be able to kill people, or else Juggernaut will just go like Manta Diffuse, will just kite the Ursa all day. And yeah, Juggernaut's not going to be doing that much damage, but Ursa, if he doesn't do any damage, I think is much worse off for his team.
Agreed. More lockdown from NP would definitely be the way to go, I think. Slardar still in the pool this time.
Yeah, I think Sora might be risky though because of the cast point. Maybe Sand King?
I still like Axe.
Yeah, Axe is very solid. Can't dodge it.
Turn to ban.
Interesting that MP go for that Witch Doctor ban.
The Magnus ban.
Interesting bans indeed from both sides. I guess Mag, maybe even something that the Wings themselves could have contemplated picking with the Jug lineup. Yeah, banning it out.
5 seconds remaining.
Sometimes you see teams like, man, Jug or Magnus is like really, really good, and they played a lot, and they don't. I don't know if they. I haven't really seen it from NP. but they think it's really good, so
Yeah,
they've been it out.
yeah,
I think MSS might play it as an offlaner.
yeah. Probably more
I
likely
haven't
than
seen
MV
him
playing
play
it,
it
wouldn't
though.
Yeah.
I know he plays like almost everything, but they
Yeah.
tend to pick him like a pool of 4 or 5.
Yeah. Interesting that they just kind of go for this Ursa both games in a row for
Yeah.
MP. They must see something in this hero, maybe just against Wings that they want to exploit, being dire.
Team
Maybe
back.
they place a lot of priority on it, being able to control Roche and Aegis's.
They did get a lot of Roshan's previous game.
Yeah, Aoi played very, very nicely on the Ursa.
Yeah, he was dominating, but definitely different from what they're used to doing. We've seen lots of,
Yeah.
you said Sven for Aoi, we've seen Centaur for Aoi,
Wings Gaming's
Loads of Naga.
Naga, yeah. So they commit to his hero very early in the drafts, which is a little bit different.
I mean, I guess as you said in the first draft, Ursa's quite a good hero for Aoi if they feel there's potential for him to get kills in the lane. You know, in
10
terms of just
seconds
outplaying the
remaining.
offlaner,
Yeah, and that's not
playing aggressive.
totally a
5
present
seconds
circumstance right now, but very good against Juggernaut throughout all stages of the game. So
remaining. Reserve time.
Wings.
Axe did get banned, so that's not
Yep.
an option for them anymore.
Sand King's still available. Did get banned previous game in the second ban phase.
Sand King could be good. Another some lockdown, some stun.
Wings. I mean, again, do you think there's potential for...
Beastmaster.
He's going to go with a beast, so
Dire team pick.
we're certainly going to be Faith Bian's hero.
Ooh, Tidehunter. Tidehunter is
It's looking real good.
Tide's the Beastmaster counter. You just walk down a lane with mech, and Beastmaster goes, "What do I do?"
10 seconds remaining.
MP. Well, they indeed get
5
MSS's hero now.
seconds remaining.
Already a fair few offlaners being banned out with the Darks here. Magnus and Axe taken
Reserve
away.
time.
But as you said, MSS a very versatile player on that offlane.
NP needs to be a little bit careful for a Chen pickup for Ice Ice, I think, in this situation. That's like the scary thing.
Crystal
Okay.
Oh!
They're good.
Okay.
So
That's it kind of
Wings
puts
Gaming's
Wings off picking
turn
that,
to
picking
bat.
that one up with the CM in.
something that we were particularly doing at TI is kind of waiting, or, kind of baiting out their 2 supports, especially when we were second pick in the draft. And that was able to,
10
if they pick
seconds
something that
remaining.
really just couldn't deal with the Chen creep or an Enchantress creep, it makes those heroes, you can
5
win any
seconds
lane you want
remaining.
with a Satyr roaming in there. So now that they have Crystal Maiden, you can just freeze that
Reserve
creep and
time.
their laning phases will go, or the laning phase will go a lot smoother. And it actually does pretty well against Beastmaster. You can freeze his Boars early on, and definitely a good combo with Ursa for the laning phase. Not super great against Juggernaut, but you can get an early 4-staff on Crystal Maiden. Pretty common first item for Crystal Maiden.
Something that we saw previous game being super important was the vision, obviously. Beastmaster has a big up, or Wings has now big up with Beastmaster on the vision compared to NP. Is that a reason to pick something like a Bed
10
Rider for vision
seconds
purposes?
remaining.
For NP,
For NP, yeah.
I think it would actually dissuade you from picking a hero like Batrider.
Dire
Okay.
Yeah,
team
Because you're
just
going to
spot
see him
him out.
coming.
Okay.
I think what NP would probably want, against Vision, is you want to be able to group up and push and be able to force towers and kind of eliminate that advantage that Wings has. Because if you try and split the map and split up, Wings is going to have just more vision than you. They're going to
10
see
seconds remaining.
who's behind who, what team fights they can take, what team fights not to take.
5
And if you're able to
seconds
just kind of
remaining.
group up and push towers and force Wings to group up as well, then that vision advantage is
Alchemist.
kind of negated.
Isn't it too late for them to
Wings
like transition into a
Gaming's
push
turn
though
to
with the
bat.
Ursa?
Yeah, Ursa's just not totally geared for that kind of a lineup. But
So
you
what
could-
else do you do versus like a vision?
You could go anti-vision, Night Stalker, always a great pick.
10
See, the
seconds
Alchemy,
remaining.
like, I still think they could pick a building hitter and kind of fight, but against a Beastmaster, you
team
generally
back.
want to be able to push, or you want to be able to win or out-vision him.
MP with that final ban against Wings, and Wings still looking for that secondary support.
Very strong 3 cores from
10
from
seconds
Wings.
remaining.
I think we've seen a lot of Jug Invokers plus Beastmaster, very strong at pushing.
5 seconds
Exort,
remaining.
Forge Spirits, Healing Ward, Necro Books, all kinds of summons. Lots of gold
Reserve
for
time.
Alchemist to collect.
I mean, for Wings, do you think some kind of saving it looks like the Oracle could still be potential? I mean, they ban out the SD MP, so look to ban out one of those.
Didn't ban
for a
AA.
save. Yeah, hey, it's still that, and we've seen Wings do that in the past. I think it was back at TI they played it a few times, I want to say.
It's a little.
Pretty good against the Alcan. Yeah, and the Ursa. I mean, CM incredibly squid. It's certainly something.
10 seconds
If
remaining.
Wings feel like it. MP
A
with
is
their
nice
fun
vision
pick.
for the Roche pit.
5
We'll
seconds
see.
remaining.
I would pick AA, I think, but I didn't win TI,
Reserve
year.
time.
so who knows?
Did you pick AA this year, though?
I think we did.
Oh, okay.
I think I did play it once
Yeah.
or twice in combination with the Universe Void.
I mean, Void? Is that something MSS could go for here this game?
No
don't-
synergy with their lineup.
Is it still
No.
I
tied?
guess with ET, but like Ursa and Alk.
And the CM ult.
Not
Yeah.
great, not great synergy,
Nah.
but
Would you still go for tied?
yeah, I
you
think
mention?
Tide's good.
Tide is very solid here, I think. There's a lot of melee.
Or do you just
They
go
can't push
for
'em.
the Nyx Assassin again to kind of toy with the Invoker?
Nyx could work too. It's not bad. Nyx can. I would worry about Wings grouping up and pushing, and Nyx not finding a place in the game. Whereas if you have a Tide Hunter, you can kind of sit on the tower, and kind of be a frontliner for your lineup to follow up and kind of like save him.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tide's always going to get his Ravage off, unless Juggernaut Omni slashes and kills him.
I think their team fight would just be overwhelmingly weak
seconds
with the
remaining.
Nyx.
Baden.
Oh, what do we
Wait.
think about this hero, boys?
It's
time to
Yeah.
group up and push.
Yeah. Very nice against the Beastmaster Raw.
I'm interested to see if Envy on the Alchemist will go for the Radiance kind of Manta, Octarine, Illusion build, or if it go more of a battle build,
10
which helps them hit
seconds
towers, maybe get an early Solar Crest into,
5
know,
seconds
I
remaining.
don't know, an AC or something.
I think I've seen him go Maelstrom build before.
Maelstrom,
Yeah.
yeah. Maelstrom AC. really
And there's
good.
the AA, Peter. You talked about it. They are going to do it, Wings. And I mean, how crushing is this pick against MP's lineup?
Pretty
It's,
crushing.
it's pretty
Fair.
good against Abaddon as well.
Yeah.
Abaddon's nice because you can shield and stop AA's damage from coming through.
Yeah.
But the Miscoil won't be doing anything, and it's an offlane Abaddon, so he might not even skill Miscoil. Like he might just go shield and aura, or shield and passive. So I think AA was the ban for sure from NP. I think that the AA just works in their lineup. They have an Ogre to secure his laning phase. They have a Beastmaster Roar to set up the AA ult. So
Yeah, Raw into Ice Blast and Sunstrike. That's a kill on most
Yeah.
of these heroes for a large part of the game.
it also deters NP from grouping up. An AA blast while you're
10
pushing a tower
seconds
can be
remaining.
devastating. So
I mean, so you obviously
5
talked about the
seconds
two
remaining.
different ways that Envy could go with the out build. Now that there's an AA, does that kind of persuade you to go down one of the routes? Does this lend you towards more going for the late game farming, or is it more towards the fighting?
I personally don't think you can match up late game.
yeah, well,
Prepare for
in the
battle.
late game, Beastmaster does struggle against illusion split pushers. You know, he excels against heroes that actually have to be there to split push. Beastmaster's awful against Naga, and against the Alchemist, Radiance, Manta, he's not particularly great. But we'll see what kind of route they decide to go. I think they have some options. I think maybe grouping up and pushing with the battle build might be their better option. But they could definitely win
Oh.
either way.
They know where that ogre is.
I think it just might be super tough for them come late game because
Yeah.
they're not going to really have a great way to siege. If you siege, you'll just get AA ulted, and then Juggernaut and Invoker will run you down.
For sure.
It's already hard enough for them to push. Like Alchemist, he's an okay tower sieger, but like only after you get your first few items. You like maybe 25 minutes in when you have 3 items.
30
And what do you think about this ward here as well from Wing? They saw the Ogre come out, MP, and they dropped 2 sentries trying to find it around the pool camp, but he's put it down in the lane. So,
They placed it
MP
last
aren't
game
gonna
too.
find yeah.
They seem to like it.
TTP, they actually avoided him. Like NP ran straight down the lane, and he went into the jungle, and he actually went around them, and he didn't see that the ogre was over there. He's been sneaky.
Yeah.
Are there any awkward lanes coming out here, or
The
is it
battle
as straightforward
begins.
as it seems to be for both teams? It
pretty,
seems like
pretty straightforward. If
Straightforward.
Ogre starts bottom, I think Abaddon will have a pretty rough time laning down there by himself. Not a bad jungler though. I'm not. Can we check out Abaddon's items? So he is trying to lane.
Do you get level 1 Ignite versus an Abba, or will you just shield it off, or should you just get stunned?
Well, shield has a
I
very
think
high
you can
mana
even
cost.
get your Bloodlust if you want. But
That's not-
what I mean, either's fine. He's just gonna smack him. So we'll see if MSS is gonna be able to pull off the Logan Bupped. as
Oh,
some
God.
of us NA Dota players
That
know very
guy.
well.
MSS, yeah, will level up the
nice.
shield, use it to remove the ignite, but still with the body blocks, Y doing it, allowing Shadow to get the damage in with the Blade Fury and MSS. That's going to be your first blood. Y finishes off with the club.
The final punch.
Nicely played there with Wings. You can never underestimate that damage from that chilling touch as well. And allowing the extra punches to really add up. And yeah, first blood for Wings. Wings, of course, faith behind this game, going straight to the jungle, avoiding the offlane. Is that just how you got to do it on a Beastmaster against the tri-lane of MP?
Oh, Beastmaster loves the jungle. He prefers the jungle.
Just
So
don't go lane.
if they're going to tri-lane safe lane, that's a win for you. You don't even have to be there. But it's actually not that bad for MSS. You got double Archer there. Depends if they can complete this pull right here or not. That makes MSS feel bad, but he's gonna get something out of the lane, even though he died.
Well, with
Meteor.
Oh yeah, he's got it ready.
Wexort.
Something a little bit different here from Lincoln D with those first couple of levels. We'll see where
pretty
it goes
cool.
with it.
Yeah, the Alacrity will help him see us over the Alchemist, I suppose.
with the Beastmaster going into the jungle, gives a lot of space for the Crystal Main to go into the jungle as well and get some extra farm there.
He's gonna get the bounty. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Lane salvaged. He's back.
Save.
gets the boar as well. Yeah, it's mid lane at the moment. With a slight edge, but Envy's still holding in, as you said. As long as he keeps getting those bounty rings, he's going to be feeling good in the mid lane. Top lane, of course, not only the CM getting the chance to go to the jungle, but the fact that Aoi is getting that free lane on Ursa, 14 for 1, not missing a CS.
He's not going to have any regen, though, on the Cloaker.
Yeah.
Like, you want a CS because that's what you do in the mid lane, but you also don't want to sit in acid spray. Without Quas, he can't actually regen back up.
That's true. That's a good
I wonder
point.
if he's like going to get a casual ring to like for drums later or something. Okay, never mind. He has Quas. So just the early point.
I think in a perfect scenario for NP, one of them should have TP'd and spotted if Beastmaster was going to be jungling or not. Because they haven't really put any pressure on him in the jungle, and SVG on Ellertine could have easily started bottom and helped the Batten kind of survive that lane. Instead of just kind of running around, which he's doing now. Maybe he's stacking for Alchemist a bit. Actually, can we check the Dire jungle, see if he's been stacking?
He's been
Thank you,
farming,
thank you.
honestly.
He's
Alright,
got
so
just one set.
stacked a little bit. It's going to be helpful later, but
And got the ancients going as well.
So if you're knowing that your Beastmaster is going to be going into the jungle, you're going to run a safe lane, tri-lane for Wings. Why place that ward up top at the tier 1 of NP?
well, it doesn't have a ton of use right now. It's not really giving them any information that's very useful. They could have been a ward to maybe kind of figure out the lanes, figure out what's going on, because the last thing they want to do is throw their Beastmaster in the jungle and then have NP aggro try,
Yeah.
and then to have a Batten just in the safe lane free farming against no one.
SVG's got to be careful. That chilling touch does hurt. We'll be fine though. Mid lane. MV still 18 for 2, 23 for 8. Blink with the edge.
Networth might say otherwise.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, well, the bounties he picked up indeed, yeah. As you said, a couple of hundred ahead because of that. And he will be able to head back and get those stacks as well.
Beastmaster level 5 shows up on top.
At the moment, a little bit more of a passive start as opposed to what we saw in game 1. Howie just cleaning up the boars, or at least trying to get the final touch. Boar remains alive, down on the bottom. Jugs, Shadow has the phase boots complete.
That cheeky board.
Yeah, Beastmaster is up here. Ali's been pushing the lanes with the tower. He definitely doesn't want that tower to take any damage, so saving it for now. He's got a 5-minute level 6. Can't complain about that. Highest level in the game, right there with Invoker.
I'm just going to see Ogre come across into the jungle. We're going to look to just scout out the progress of Envy. He's got the Chemical Rage up though, so not a lot that Y can do to really hinder him that much.
Early treads.
Battle build is in action.
There's a Beastmaster there too.
Oh, maybe with Fate Beyond they can try and get something done. Envy,
First
Chemical
roar.
Rage on cooldown for 10 seconds. He's a little bit vulnerable here with the Roar and the Sunstrike. Wings, they found him and they've taken him down. They'll get the kill.
I thought he was about to acid spray there. Try and get some extra gold.
But yeah, good timing from Wings coming in at the right time. Getting
Yeah.
Envy at his weakest. Instead of going to get a little bit harder here for SVG once Shadow hits the level 6. Be careful of that. That's going to be close as well with Shadow just cleaning up the stack with the Blade Fury. He'll get his level 6 on Juggernaut. And this offlane just became that bit more scarier for any of the members of MP that want to come down here and sap up some XP.
I think it's really bad for Alchemist because in this game you want your Alchemist to be like super far ahead because you already have to deal with the AA and then you have Ursa as your secondary core. So like if he's gonna fall far behind now, they're gonna be in some trouble unless they start getting some.
Interesting time as well. We have Rose and MSS coming down here, but it will be into a Jug that has the Omni Slash at the ready and a nearly level 5 AA that's going to be pretty scary as well.
And they didn't scout it with that ward behind the tier 1 tower, right? I don't think so.
They're going for it.
Can they run at him?
That's nice. I mean, he can get back under the tower. MSS, yeah, not a lot that he can do here. So
They're only level 4.
Yeah.
And they just showed both of them.
And it looks like they are going to be unlikely to find anything here on MP.
They're
Shadow's
just giving
fine.
Invoker a free lane.
Yeah. All the space in the world for Blink. 500 gold away from his Midas. He's definitely being on track for a good timing. How he's actually going to TP into the mid lane now.
They're losing a lot on the lanes though. First with the Elf Death, and then he already has a Bassi, so he just gets free damage on tower. They have to put Envy up here.
And mid lane, he's going to take a lot of damage. Chemical Rage, is it going to be enough to save him? Nope, it's not indeed. As indeed this very weird kind of lane switch up from MP. And as you said, overall lane-wise, Wings just finding the better efficiency and openings on these lanes.
It's going to be way worse once Ice Blast starts.
They've kind of lost all 3 lanes at this point. It's going to be tough for them to come back. It's going to be interesting to see if NP's able to regain control of Roshan and have Ursa do that or not. Might be tough against a Beastmaster Hawk and the threat of an AA ult following up.
Top lane, maybe seeing if they can come across and do something about this Ogre. Why just hanging in lane, looking to soak up XP. They do have Aoi and Envy up in this neighborhood as well. So, sending 3 heroes up here. They want to try and find something potentially. Rose, they're going to come around, but it looks like, yeah, they're unaware of Wise's presence. He's still just hiding in the tree line, and he'll TP out. So you've got both cores up on this top lane, and again, just opening up all the other lanes for Wings. The Wings are happy in the mid lane, and they're happy in the bottom lane.
Getting desperate at this point. You need to make something happen if you're NP. Your Alk's like not getting free farm. He's actually not on top of the network right now. You can stack and farm, but Wings are pushing towers in the meantime.
Unfortunately, I think NP's only play is to wait for Alchemist to have a Radiance.
What is his item build here? I don't know.
I think it has to be Radiance at this point. I don't know how they can continue to consider the option of pushing towers when they're this far behind.
They could perhaps sneak in a Roshan with that Ursa.
It would be definitely be sneaking it because I think that's something that Wings is keeping their eyes on.
Yeah,
They did the long smoke and avoided the scan. That's crazy.
Successful as well.
No way SVG Cloak can get himself out of this one.
Wow.
Just this global presence with the Roar and the Sunstrike, and very soon I'd imagine Ice should have the Ice Blast online. I think that's his, yeah, that's his level 6 just there. So now you've got that as well to worry about if you're MP. Send Envy in with the TP. It's going to bring the creeps back around with the Acid Spray. But Wings, a lot of push, and yeah, with that level 6 on A8, they have got a lot of pick-off and teamfight potential.
And there's 4 people of NP that came to quote-unquote defend the tier 2 tower. And
You're so happy if you see the Elk TP.
yeah, that's the rotations, and he's not getting anything off the back of it. The only thing that MP gets is maybe a bit of extra farm on the Ursa that's pushing on top lane, but even he cannot do anything to that tower either.
You know, Aoi, of course, soon to have that Blink Dagger potentially as his first time after the phase boost, but it really feels like this lineup that you're jumping into, Wings just have so many ways to just turn around, control you, and just straight up kill you.
I don't even know if you could Blink Dagger here in Ursa. Like if you jump in, you can just like, there's no follow-up. You'll just get roared and then, or anything, spin away, cold snap, like all these spells, and you don't really have to follow up.
Could go Mask, just kind of help farm more.
Yeah. I would prefer like I think you just have to. If you had any early game plans, you just have to relinquish them and go for late game at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I like the idea of Alchemist going for Radiance now. turning this into a late game build.
Armlets.
Armlet into Radiance, yeah.
Yeah. Some people skip it if you're versus AA.
Yeah.
Should you have skipped it according to you? Like,
I never play with an ALK versus with an ABBA versus an AA, so I don't actually know. Like sometimes you get caught out with your ult on it and your armlet, and you're like, oh crap, I got blasted. But if you have ABBA, there's much less risk, I think.
For sure.
Oh, what's your blink done on Owie? You just still go for it this game.
Dire's
Faith
middle
Bian.
tower is under
The
attack.
Vlad's build up this time around. Not going for that Necro first. I guess the way that Wings are grouping up with the healing wall with the Vlads, it just makes these pushes even harder for MP to slow down.
You can't lose these towers though. You're just gonna have a miserable time controlling Roche because Ursa can't solo it right now. He doesn't have the
Has
mask,
fallen.
and by the time he does get a mask or is able to solo it, then
There you go, Blink Dagger. Getting a kill.
And on his own mid lane, MV being helped out there by SVG with the Stomp. So Wings going in any heavier.
Abaddon right there with the shield taking off the roar. That was probably the gank they thought they were going to go for, but then AA died and
Yeah.
the blast just kind of probably just passed right over.
Mid lane. Blink still feeling very confident, not too worried about the presence of these two, but the jungle.
There you
Owie!
go, Roar's down.
Looking at
Ooh.
Faith Bian. Actually going to turn around. Maybe see if they can find Shadows. No, he's going to go in on it. Jumps forward, and with the help of Rose, they'll take down the Beastmaster.
they're making this Blink Dagger work for them.
Yeah, as soon as he picks it up, getting 2 kills onto the board.
Make some space for your Alchemist.
Yep. Successfully so.
And with 1700 on top of the armlet, he is getting that.
Armlet is a rough item versus AA though. I can
Yeah.
definitely agree with that. We're playing a lot of lifesteal against AAs. Not the most fun thing.
and Invoker's mega farm.
He's gotta use his Midas though.
Is under attack.
Triggers.
Got efficiency.
No, he's just going
He's not using his Midas.
He doesn't want to play around in that jungle.
I'm so
He's
triggered.
going to get the vision with the Forge
Ah,
Spirits.
there you go.
There we go.
Where's Grant? Does he have the counter, the timer on the Midas usage?
Well, all things said and done. I mean, this kind of time and this slowdown of tempo, is this just kind of good news for MV? Is this exactly what MP need at this stage?
Yeah, they've only lost 2 towers, so
I think they need Roche though, or else Ursa's gonna fall too far behind because he doesn't have that much place to farm. And now because they got picked off twice, they're just gonna group up, and they already have the Vlads on the Beastmaster, so they really do not want to stick apart.
yeah, Wings has everything they need to push towers right now. I'm surprised they haven't gone for a tier 2 just yet. But yeah, then Wings not pushing is definitely good for NP. I don't think NP has any business fighting into Wings right now.
Mid lane. MP grouping up as 4. Wings to go for that movement down bottom. Not finding Envy, as he was able to avoid the movement from Faith's Shadow.
Doing a really good job of avoiding.
Radiant's
now.
middle tower
You're-
is under attack.
They're like farming their way back in, getting a lot of tower damage,
I didn't think this tier 1.
getting a lot of stacks.
Yeah, Wings actually doesn't really have the greatest initiation. With Abaddon being in the game, Beastmaster's Roar isn't particularly useful, so I think Wings needs to start walking down some lanes and in some towers.
Oh. Hello.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's very nice for them taking a
Oh, they know.
few stacks in from the side. Wings, they're just going to commit to the tier 2
late.
push bottom. But they are, yeah.
They're not gonna
He's going to be very happy with this one. This is going to pretty much give him the Radiance. So on their Radiance 14 minutes in. And be fine with that. There we have it.
They're not even getting the tier 2 bottom.
Yeah, Wings starting to falter a little bit. MP had a bit of a kind of a rocky start. A lot of chaos being in front of them by Wings. Bring themselves back into it now. Alk's got the tools that he needs to just get the momentum, get that farm skyrocketing out of control.
Yeah, Radiance.
And Wings have been
is
just
there.
unable to find him again. We saw them obviously kill him up in the top lane, but not really any movements to try and hunt down the Alk and slow him on this road to the now complete Radiance.
I'm a little confused about what Wings is afraid of when they're pushing these towers.
Dire's
I don't think
bottom
there's
tower
anything
has fallen.
that NP, I think Ursa, I guess, is a little scary, but you throw a Hawk up front or maybe even a Boar, maybe you can see him coming.
Maybe a wraparound, I think.
Yeah, something. Something's definitely something's stopping them from grouping up and pushing these towers as fast as I think they need to be doing.
Well, Faith Bian with the build-up as well, do you think he's just going to go Vlad's into Blink, or does he still get the Necro before the Blink Dagger?
In a game against an Abaddon as a Beastmaster, you want to not rely on your ultimate.
Yeah.
It's just not reliable. So definitely going Necro, I think is... He's going to go Blink, isn't he? Nah, he's going to go Necro. He's going to go...
Yeah.
Nah, he might go Blink. Who knows? We'll see. That's how I would feel.
Is it more personal preference than anything?
What about bots? I think bots with the Evoke would be
Yeah.
good.
Bots could be cool.
Yeah.
Blink could be nice, though. They are really lacking initiation. So just maybe even just getting a fight started, even if the roar does get shielded.
I mean, as we're seeing here, Hawk coming into play, MP go for a smoke, but it was under Faith Bian's Hawk. So Faith and the boys may be ready to try and counter this if MP comes to the jungle. I mean, at the moment, they're kind of just leaving the Beastmaster on his own on the front lines of this. He's just hiding it out in the tree line.
He wants to break the smoke and TP out. Yeah, they know it's coming. Everyone else is just farming. Beastmaster trying to make a play.
They're just totally avoiding the small wings. So it seems to be the correct call to make as they're putting pressure on the top tier 2. MP will just reveal themselves and in turn try and take this tier 1 bottom.
They're going to get it top 2.
So the Wings with that vision play, talked about the draft, is going to be big with the Hawk and such, just spotting out these smokes and avoiding what MP try and throw at them.
Double Hawk hold.
Getting fat.
Thank you, Radiance.
MP looking pretty big at the moment. Roshan, it is going to be the time for MP to try and take it.
No vision. Maybe we'll see a Sunstrike.
Yeah,
Hey,
they saw the
AOL
custom
cast
in request.
They are going to take it quick though. The Wings.
Where?
Yeah,
They get it. Wings unable to contest. That's big plays here for MP, getting the Aegis, giving it to Envy as well. So this farm can continue. MSS trying to work towards the Vlads. Mantle Star's done on Shadow, and Wings will just use this opportunity to just take another tier 2, really shutting down the map. They may not have got the Aegis, but still maintaining very good map control.
That's the last tier 2. Now the question is, without the Aegis, and with the Aegis on the side of MP, how is Wings gonna break high ground? If they don't have that initiation that we talked about, or rather, they have an initiation, but the Abaddon.
Yeah, they've got the answer.
It's just farm, keep everyone else under farm. Like they have the Beastmaster for map control. I think Invoker can like he can easily kill people while still pushing lanes too. Like if he needs to. I don't really think you're really worried about ending the game as Wings. You just need to make sure that like Ursa doesn't get a lot of free picks around the map.
I think NP's okay.
Yeah.
I think things have stabilized quite a bit. I think Alchemist is a huge threat. I'm a little... Ursa's a bit underfarmed, but Elder Titan's going to scale very well this game and be very useful in these team fights with the Stomp if Wings does decide to go high ground, which I think that is their play at some point.
It's actually with the
The Bloodlust on the Hawk.
Ooh,
He's gigantic.
he's quick.
It's massive.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's Wings.
Radiant's
It looks like a courier.
It really does, yeah.
MP look to find another tower, and Rose able to find a Hawk. Meanwhile, bottom lane, there's a bit of a problem here. As Wings Shadow knocking onto the tier 3. Force a couple of TPs back. Wings just carefully keeping the pressure on to MP.
He went Necro.
Close one.
You called it.
Action.
Yeah. It's going to be led on to. Immediately removing it, but it doesn't matter. He's down. Has the Aegis ready for round 2. Throw the Ice Blast across. Aoi works in onto the Beastmaster. The multicast, but Aoi, he's going to be ready to move in for more with the rest of the team. And he gets the concoction out onto the Ogre Magi. And Wings losing a second one there, only being able to take the Aegis out at the hands of the Alchemist. And Envy, of course, will be more than happy with that. Picks up a bounty rune to boot on the way out as well. And you said it earlier, Peter, but this Alchemist just continuing to become a bigger and bigger problem for Wings.
Was that Ice Blast just completely off the mark, or am I missing something?
It was aimed above
Yeah.
where they needed it, but I don't think it was changing the fight at all. They were able to do a ton of burst damage, put down the Alchemist once, but he had the Aegis, so maybe not the target they wanted to walk into.
Still quite good to know that even with the Abaddon backing up the Alchemist, they could still nuke him down that fast.
Yeah.
Next time when he doesn't have an Aegis, then.
That's where Force Dash will come in handy if somebody never gets there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course that Ice Blast is going to become more of an issue. You know, we just saw 3 tomes going out the way of the A, making sure he gets the levels.
Oh!
A has that Midas, and we'll talk about Midas Gaming indeed.
It's a
Rose.
1437 classic. I'm sorry, Rose. It's Rose classic.
Ooh, in the Maelstrom build again.
Maelstrom on Jug, what's the reason for that this game?
I've seen him do it a couple times.
Yeah,
on
it's just his favorite build.
He's playing it. I think he was playing Lifestealer in the last tournament. He went Maelstrom early. I think he just really likes the item.
He
Yeah.
went. He did against the Drow game too. I guess. I don't know.
Better split push? I don't know, clearing waves.
You're also just going to be taking a ton of damage constantly too from Radiance and Acid Spray. So like, if you get Mjolnir, you're
Yeah.
still doing a lot of damage, even if you're like running away from the Ursa. I think it's a good farm accelerator too. Like, better than Yasha, but not as good as Battle Fury. Doesn't really need Fury this game.
So NP lost all the lanes, right? In laning stage. We're now 20 minutes into the game, and you say you would call it even again?
Yeah, I think Wings gave NP a lot of space for Envy to farm up, more than he probably should have been able to get. They gave up a couple kills to Ursa around the map, which I think were very unnecessary. I think that if Wings was just grouping up as a team and pushing, I don't think Ursa would have gotten any of those kills, and NP would have been watching their Alchemist farm while Wings was hitting their towers.
You're going to see them lose the AAA. Blink's going to come in, see if he can turn it around, looking to combo down onto Aoi. Aoi, yeah, we'll get cleaned up by a nice deafening blast. Blink with the return play, and I mean, Wings, they'll be fine with that. They're also going to find SVG by the looks of it with the Omni Slash Shadow, able to take down the Elder Titan. MSS just trying to get himself the hell out of there. Rose could be in trouble if Shadow wants to try and chase it down. Emmy's going to turn up, look to turn onto Faith Yan, chucking out the concoction, Acid Spray out as well, and with the Radiant Burn, they'll find it. So MP do take the 2 for 2.
There was no reason for him to chase there. But yeah, I mean, MP got a lot of farm in the last 10 minutes, but the Invoker is like very, very farm too. He already had Ags and Bots and Midas, and like his farm is just ridiculous this game. And I don't think that Ursa can solo kill him at this point too, so it's pretty much just the Alchemist that can contest him pushing out the lanes.
And Midas Gaming, indeed at the moment, I think about 4 Midases on the board. One for the Invoker and the AA, and now for the Abaddon and the Crystal Maiden over on the side of MP. Everyone's picking it up, and MP can tie this one up with the concoction. Shadow will simply, Blade Fury, and TP it out. MP says, get out of my lane. MP will continue to farm, and indeed, looking very good now. 23 minutes in, just about to hit the 20k net worth. Envy making very good progression, and as we've seen, Wings just unable really to slow him down now he's reached this stage of the game.
You're okay though if they're your Wings, because in an actual team fight, if he gets hit by Ice Blast, he will die very easily. There's no like defensive disruption or anything like that to invulnerable him during the
But if you're not hitting that Ice Blast,
yeah,
and you just straight up not killing him, you're not.
It's going to be a very tall order.
You've got to hit that Ice Blast.
Yeah, maybe a very nice Invoker combo.
Yeah,
could do it. But he'd have to hit everything, and the Omni Slash I think on top of it to bring him down without the Ice Blast.
Yeah, Wings with the smoke up and go down the mid lane. Eyes touching onto Aoi, but as we can see, MSS and SVG safeguarding the Ursa very nicely, hanging around just behind him. Faith to lead the way, pops out the Hawk, gets the vision, usually goes for the Roar. They'll drop the Sunstrike, the Ice Blast as well, going across Aoi, he's dropping low. A good stop from SVG, holding back Wings, and now Envy turns up. Good split as well from the Elder Titan. They'll be able to take down Faith Fian on the Beastmaster now. They're looking for more. Envy pops the Manza style. Shadow comes out with the Omni Slash, but there's a lot of units to bounce around, so he doesn't end up finding anything with it. Loses his life. And NP very nicely reacting to the smoke from Wings, finding 2 and losing nothing themselves there.
Finding the Ursa. I don't know, of all the heroes you can find, I think even an Alchemist would have
that's
been
what
close to
they
dying there.
wanted to find. MP keep having the right heroes out in front.
Yeah.
Alchemist only winning as Aegis and Ursa otherwise. Like he can easily tank with.
Why didn't he use his Midas, Ben?
I don't know, but he has so much farm too. He almost has Ags. That's crazy.
But if he used that Midas, Ben, the efficiency, it pains me. Oh, ice. Aye.
Saw why that Abaddon pick is
Ice Ice is in a lot of trouble as well. I mean, this man.
Yeah.
Minus.
He does use it
Got
eventually.
it.
Oh,
They saw
If he
where the
didn't
ice
use it
blast
then.
came from.
that would have been a report.
If he wouldn't have sent that ice blast, he would have been fine. They didn't know where he was. Actually, they do have they do have a ward over there. Never mind. Nice vision.
Still.
Okay, so the Roche just respawned, right?
Nah, this is good for MP.
Oh,
I mean,
almost.
there's no Ice Blast for 20 seconds. If they want to get the Ursa in.
Yeah, MP have just been able to farm up so much of the map right now.
I think Wings is in big trouble.
Yeah, this is not looking good.
I think Beastmaster is, like, you know, with this Abaddon kind of following around Alchemist, Wings really has no initiation.
Is there any item that can fix that for them?
No. I don't think so. There's like, I mean, maybe Jug gets an Abyssal and is able
Yeah.
to, you know, blink Abyssal, maybe?
I think it's more of a playstyle. Like if they can actually split MP up, then yeah, they need to catch them without the Abba sitting behind one of the cores.
That's true.
Yeah, MSS has been playing very nice with his positioning.
Yeah, he's just been constantly following
Hey.
whomever he thinks is gonna die.
Shadow, he's looking to tuck his tail and run. TP's actually on cooldown for 7 seconds, so he's not going to have it during the duration of the Blade Fury.
No Basher for Ursa. So, can't cancel a TP if it comes off.
A fair bit of damage to work with, though. Shadow.
Going for the cheeky block.
Yeah, they're stuck it out as well instead of putting home. Ogre, that is. Ogre Magi has a 4-star. If he gets a blink, can you call him an initiator?
I would say no. But
Okay.
it's another. It's
I'm
something.
trying. I'm
It's something.
trying.
Yeah, I think they have to push, and I don't know
Yep.
if they can push into Alchemist at this point.
No, so they gotta find pickups and find fights.
Oh, Invoker's
Oh.
trying to do it.
Oh,
No.
Blink picking up some envy strats here.
I don't think he's
I
gonna.
mean, can they get?
No,
They've got a Sheever's guard as well. Wings have to
no.
be careful around this pit.
They saw face beyond.
Yeah, MP were ready to fight this. Aoi leading the charge. Roy's going to fly over. That's Lincoln's now done for Blink. So she's been popped down, but Aoi jumps immediately onto Fabian, who turns around with the roar. Aphotic Shield's there from MSS, though, allowing Aoi to continue to chase down. But as we can see, the slow is going to be enough to hold Aoi back. SVG, though, should be able to finish it. Throws out the Spirit, gets the vision. MSS takes it with a miscoil. Back towards the pit, though. Blink finishes off Rose. Was left behind. So 1 for 1. And if he gets himself another bounty rune. And in fact, not Aoi, yeah, he jumps forward. They're looking for kills for the Roche potentially. Shadow, Blink, pushing in that mid lane, trying to kind of pull MP away from committing to Roshan.
AUI's so low on mana.
Yeah, he needs mana.
Can't actually fight it.
His Crystal Maiden's dead.
Yeah, it's sad. Like ideally, you just be able to walk in a Roche right now. but-
Shadow's
They're
going to
going
go
back
back
in?
in. Oh,
He's crazy.
he's a madman. They're going to leave it. They're going to poke and prod, but they're not going to fully commit to it again without faith by the looks of it.
They need to push out their lanes.
Axe is now done on the AA. If he hits it, as we're seeing, it can be a huge issue in these fights.
Yeah.
But we yet to really kind of see a massive Ice Blast coming in from Ice Ices. MP have been kind of split up around these engagements, making it very hard for him to hit.
Yeah, we saw one Roar AA combo, but that was onto an Ursa.
Yeah.
Who was able to just cast his ultimate and really just take no damage for the next couple seconds. But with the Ags, it'll last a lot longer. It's just AA ult is really good for bursting someone down and having them not be able to come back from it. And Ursa, when he gets off his ultimate, very hard to burst down.
Back up towards the top, Shadow heading up to push that lane out, working towards MKB, about 1100 to go and he'll have it. So definitely a necessity, of course, against that Radiance. And nearly hitting on to level 16 as well on the Juggernaut.
Yeah, not saving anything for a potential buyback.
They've still got, what, they've still got tier 2s up.
Yeah.
So I guess they're feeling relatively safe in that sense. And as we've seen, Wings, sorry, MP, not with the hugest amount of tower push really on this lineup yet again this game.
At some point, Alchemist will be able to.
Oh, this is so fast. There's no way they can. Maybe they can push something off the top lane though.
That's gonna hurt.
He's got the shield to protect him against some of the ticks.
Is that that's the Aghanims, right? Is
yeah,
already
that,
there?
he's got his
Yeah.
accent. Yeah.
They might kill him right here.
I mean, with these guys jumping
Oh,
in, he's
for
out.
sure.
Oi, oi, oi. MSS moving forward. He has got the ult himself to rely on, but the TP's out of there,
nice.
and Envy caught out, and bottom lane, Blink catching out more, finds SVG, Wings find a second.
You gotta respect that ult, man.
Yep.
That thing, maybe he didn't expect him to have
I was
axe.
gonna maybe he didn't expect the axe, he didn't check the
that's-
duration.
That
Yeah.
seems most reasonable.
They're gonna be able to force a buyback here.
And down for 50 seconds, Envy.
He's so much net worth right now.
Only D push is Crystal Maiden.
And whereas MP's push may not be amazing, of course Wings with their lineup, it's pretty insane. Blink with the lead in on Tornado into Ice Wall onto Aoi. Dropping EMP as well. Maybe to get himself just far enough away. But already the Forge Spirits and the Beastmaster Boars hitting onto the towers. And Wings, they're ready to go. They've got the full team here, pushing in. Now he jumps forward, trying to slow them down. They'll put the fortification. Shadow just remaining strong, hitting onto the tower. For the Ice Blast round onto the back liners.
And Vina buying back.
They do get the tier 3. Yeah, Ambi's going to be back in 8 seconds. Stun, holding back out. It's a good multicast as well.
Juggernaut's in trouble.
Split. Massive amounts of damage. MSS slides in, finishes him off. Nicely done. That is jumped down for a full 60 seconds. He did manage to buy out the MKB before he fell. Do find MSS as well on the sidelines. The TPs, and they're not going to be cancelled in time. Can't get the stomp off. So losing MSS, but you do kill the Jug, and of course at the end of the day you do stop that push from Wings.
Yeah, took a tower down. We're not forced to buy back on the Alchemist, so I'd say it's a pretty good win for MP there.
You can see MP with that lead, but getting the towers to swing it slightly back towards Wings' favour. But that Alchemist lead certainly showing. You know, even though he did go down, still with a good lead, picking up the gem for his team now as well. And with the Tomes, yeah, as we're seeing Ice I believe just desperately trying to get himself towards that level 16, which he's going to hit in good time. What kind of level have we got on the AA? Can we say, I think he's level 14 at the moment, so just a couple more to go.
We'll get there, headed towards probably a 4-staff. Alchemist is, you know, like we said, he's 6 slotted now. Bought a gem for his team, and look towards maybe giving an axe to Ursa.
Yeah.
Or Abba.
Yeah, or Abba.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, I was like, man, Ursa, then he could just go all out damage, but Abba, man, Abba with X is ridiculous.
Probably better on Abba Baden this game since Baden has the roar covered. And there aren't a ton of stuns on Wings.
Yeah, and I guess it's pretty good as well with against what the Invoker and AA in the sense you can
Really
very
good.
much walk into those combos.
It's really good
Certain
against
damage.
Omni Slash too.
Yeah.
Take all the damage. Be the martyr.
Yeah, MS has been playing very nicely this game. Bash is now done for Aoi.
CM wouldn't be that bad, but I think it's a third.
Yeah. Lowest priority for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, Elder Titans.
Elder
I mean,
Titan's
even
low.
though the Elder Titan, I mean, what's
Yeah.
Elder Titan? It just adds an extra second
You
on the
get a
Sona
disarm.
disarm.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
I don't think the disarm's that
They're
useful.
both pretty bad, I would say.
This is done on Aoi. Sheever's guard finish for Blink.
He's really hard to kill.
Yeah, Blink's been playing very nice on the move. Let's get 3-0-4.
Dire's bottom barracks are under
Bottom lane. Illusion's pushing in from Shadow.
That range barracks for that unhealable damage.
Every little bit counts, you know?
Did that 29 damage there.
Worth.
See
Could've
that
done-
0.0 HP per second?
Could have done so much more.
They've been. Be a little careful here. Fair few of MP in the neighborhood.
He wants his blink deck. He really doesn't want to die.
I like that Wings has been putting a lot of a lot of pressure, making sure that their lanes are always pushed out. Their tier 2s always
Oh, here's
defended.
the Axe. Who's getting the priority there? It is.
Yeah, what? Don't stop at Crystal maybe.
I was gonna say. I was
Keep
gonna
going.
say that. Don't. Who's getting it? No one's heading back. Oh, okay. MSS is TP'ing back. He says, "Envy, that's mine."
He's not babysitting.
Crystal
dude.
Maiden is following too. It's like, no, it's mine.
Nah, it should be it.
Oh, yeah, there we go. MSS with
Got
the
him.
priority. Magnum Scepter on the Abaddon, and as you said, against this lineup of Wings, it's very, very strong.
Yeah, it's really hard to notice too. I don't.
Yeah.
It might not be something that they're expecting at this exact instant. So they might like all in on someone and be like, "Why is he taking no damage?"
I mean, yeah, I guess the damage reduction, and then in correlation with also the enraged damage reduction means that you literally take like a fraction, a tiny fraction of the damage being dealt. So
It's really
Aoi
good for
very invulnerable.
like the way they want to engage the fight. Like Wings, they want to kill the Alchemist early on. You ice blast them, you throw everything at them.
Ace babysitter.
Where is
Envy falling low, trying to walk this one out, but he's not going to make it. Down for 80 seconds. Ice Blast will get the crossover onto Aoi. Trying to fight through. This is a good split from SVG as they're looking to turn the fight with the stomp. They will able to find 2 of these kills. Omnislash coming out of Shadow. He's going to look to try and chase down SVG, being slowed down by Blink's Ice Wall with the Blade Fury as well. Can he quite get it? The right click's coming through from Blink. SVG trying to hide, but the Maelstrom block is there. Gets him with the lightning. They've lost 4. Rose, the only survivor. The Sunstrike isn't on point. Rose will survive. Buyback out from Envy.
Yeah, they need to MSS though.
The babysitter was watching TV with her boyfriend.
That's frustrating.
I mean, also the Aghanims didn't really help at all there. It was just a little bit too late to even save the Ursa.
Yeah, it wasn't there. He's
Was
got to
not
be there. He was admiring his egg.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, so nice.
Thanks, boys. Look at my net worth. I'm right up there. I'm next to you, Aoi.
I'm carry now. Not entirely.
Shadow racking up a lot of gold as well after that fight. 5.4k in the bank.
On the upside for MP, they didn't lose tier 3 tower on top lane. It could have gone worse. They don't lose a Roshan. No extra map objectives for Wings.
That was a disaster.
It's-
It was a disaster.
I mean,
First,
this is the
it
scary
could
bit
have
for
been
MP.
worse. It could have been worse.
Yeah, Envy doesn't. You know,
Silver linings, Ben. Silver linings.
Envy no buyback for 6 minutes, and this, you know, this is a period of time where MP fans are scared. When Envy doesn't have buyback available, that's when you start to worry.
I mean, we saw it last game. When Envy died on his Invoker.
Well, I'm more worried when he does have buyback, because then he's more likely to do something very risky.
No, Wings has been playing very careful this game, and they're going to continue playing careful. So
I like this
I
as
think they're all
well.
good.
Why is working towards the Aghanims on Ogre Magi? He's about halfway there.
I think what we've seen from Wings now is that they've kind of slowed down the game.
Yeah.
You know, they've been really taking advantage of that vision that Beastmaster has provided them, and has allowed them to split up NP and find picks like we just saw.
Yeah.
And that's something that NP's draft really struggles with, and that's like that last pick of Baden really kind of tunnels them in on a strategy of pushing down a lane and pushing towers and kind of grouping as 5. And we saw in the first game they last picked that Nyx Assassin, which really stopped Wings from being able to split push. In this game, they don't have a hero like that.
Oh no, MP fans feeling a little bit scared now as Envy. Just you caught out here. He's going to be okay. The rest of them, Wings is coming across. Wings themselves they did of course go full in on those 2 purchases on the core with the Butterfly on Shadow and the Octarine on Blink, neither with gold for buyback. And relatively high level as well, so if they do go down, they'll be out of the game for quite a period.
They both went anti-Ursa build, so
Nobody has buyback apart from SVG's Elder Titan.
like you can't kill any of these cores as the Ursa. Like last game, he was able to just constantly kill the Weaver because he had no Linkage. This game, they have the Linkage, and the Juggernaut has the Butterfly, and he has a Mantis.
And he's got the slot for the Aegis, you know, Keeler, he can drop that, pick that up, and then the next push from Wings is going to be very, very scary indeed.
I think like last game, even with the Oracle, like they were much easier to kill than this game. Like like Juggernaut, they had one time he like Omni Slash into 4 people, but other than that, he hasn't really felt danger, I would say.
Well, this is the big test for the side of MV. 4 heroes, as you said, without buyback. MV has the goal, but still has the cooldown for 4 minutes.
All right, guys, how do we prepare for this push? How do we prepare for this Aegis push?
Tactical talk. Hey.
I would say smoke wrap around with like 1 or 2 people, kill the AA, and then Alchemist can run around in the fight. But if you get AA Ice Blasted, I think you'll just lose the fight.
Do you think Dota should have something like CSGO has, where you can actually call for a proper timeout, a proper pause?
Personally, no.
Break up the flow too much. Wow, we do. Oh, look at this.
There's no pauses in Dota.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, right.
CSGO has like rounds, so there's like breaks,
Yeah,
little like small breaks in between, which makes sense for an official pause.
I mean, obviously I'm not a player, but PPD, I'm guessing, you know, pauses can be very jarring, I imagine, in certain flows of the action if they come through. It's got to be frustrating. Or do you get used to it? It's
Oh
like,
no, you definitely get used to it, especially on land.
Okay. Well, MP coming out of the base. Wings to pushing on the mid lane. That's another Axe.
And the ward scouted it out. They know they're there.
Multiple people controlling the courier by the looks of it, saying, don't do it, Envy. Keep the courier safe. It's got 3/4 of an Aghanim Scepter on, and
whose Axe is it, and are they controlling it?
it could be.
Trying to say,
Envy.
don't lose my ass.
Don't lose this.
I would guess it's AY's next.
Envy's pulling it back now himself.
Out of control. He's not moving.
I think the upside of a CM Ags might be a lot higher though than Ursa Ags. Like I don't know if you'll get it off twice and fight, and as you mentioned, there's like not that many stuns, and they have the ABBA already. I don't know. I think like I think you have to play risky at this point because you're not in a good position at all.
Wings straight onto the racks. The pushing power is going to melt those racks. Indeed, fortification comes out, but it's too late. The melee rack's already down on the bottom lane. Wings got what they were looking for.
Oh, that's too bad.
That
The
was
racks died quick.
very quick, and with the fortification down, they can just do that again.
And it's so hard to get this courier out for that Aghanims. It really is, with Wings sitting right outside MP's doorstep.
I would YOLO give it to CM. Come on.
Doesn't have it yet.
He can't get it. And he's going to send the courier out again. He's going to try for round 2. See if he can get it out safely across the map. It's risky. They've got a ward down there. We'll see it, and already the jump in. Aoi trying to get in on the front. Will be forced back. Shadow coming in with the Blade Fury, forcing them back. The AMP burning all of Aoi's mana.
That was a nice try though.
Nice stomp, in fact, into the concussion, but he's forced back. On it. It's now complete. Link moving in with a Deafening Blast. MSS incredibly low. They back away.
Come on, chicken.
They've got it.
Doom
It's
Link.
so risky getting that courier out. They are so scared of the courier dying. They want to get that axe, but they know that Wings is going to be there. And Wings are getting the damage done. Tier 3 starting to fall. Jumping from Maui, looking for Invoker, but immediately forced back again. There's the Roar onto Envy with the Ice Blast. While Envy's down, he does not have buyback. Down for 100 seconds. MSS comes out with the ult, but it was not enough and not in time to save Envy. He blinks away, but Wings diving deep into the base, forcing MP to scatter. Rose is going to tick out on the sidelines. It's a second down without buyback. Wings getting the opening they need to finish off the mid lane of Rax. They do lose the Ogre Magi, but Shadow and Blink moving forward, ripping them to parts. Aoi will jump on the back, get a second support, but he himself, he's looking to be in trouble. 2 buybacks come out. They need to keep Aoi alive here. He's backing away. He does have buyback, of course, still if he needs it. MSS, he's already used his. He's being surrounded by the team of Wings. MSS will be able to walk it out thanks to SVG with a nice stomp. MP holding on, but again, Wings getting the damage done, looking to the tier 4s now as well. No messing here from the side of Wings as they rip down one tier 4. MP, they've got to try and form a defense with the 3 remaining heroes, but it just looks like it's not going to come in time. Shadow, Blade Fury's up, hits the tower, MSS jumping forward. Aoi looking for on the side again, but the disarm from Blink as he knocks them back with a Deafening Blast, allowing Shadow to finish off the Ancient, and Wings will do it. Take the second game. 2-0 to Wings, and a very different pace this second game, a lot less kind of fighting and action, but Wings just with a very calculated bit of gameplay, waiting for the perfect opportunity, and at the end of the day, Envy dying, didn't have that buyback, was still on cooldown, and Wings just ripped apart the base.
The game had a couple different styles, depending on like what was going on. Like early game, Wings was winning, and then they kind of didn't really do anything and let MP kind of farm, and then they realized, oh, like we need to apply some pressure and split push a bit in order to get the picks that we need to win the game. And they fixed it before it was too late, and were able to get a couple of good kills. Once again, a couple execution errors on NP's side, but I think that NP's draft is not really what they wanted. I think that they wanted to play a certain way, and I think maybe that last pick AA deterred them from pushing, but also like losing every lane definitely stopped them from pushing.
Yes.
Yeah, Wings just proving indeed that they still are just absolutely untouchable.
They look
essentially.
No, they look. I think they
You
looked.
think they were-
I think
they
they
look
looked
rocky?
beatable. I think
You
they
think?
looked beatable.
They
So
had some
you're
rocky
saying that you feel this next
moments.
series, VP Wings, could be tricky for them?
I think
VP
so.
have a chance.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so. I think Wings showed some.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just having an off series, but I think they definitely showed some holes in their game.
They were sometimes too careful when they didn't have a reason to, as we pointed out.
I think so. Yeah.
Gave NP a lot of space to come back into the game. They won all 3 lanes and then still let NP get back and have a chance to win them in the mid game still.
We saw like Elder Titan. I don't think Elder Titan had any impact on this game.
He had some really good earth splitters.
He had a couple good earth splitters for sure.
Yeah.
They had a good kill on Juggernaut in the bottom lane. But I think if maybe SVG was playing a Baden and kind of babysitting Envy on the Alk, and then MSS was playing a hero like a Nyx that could stop Wings from split pushing, I think that this Radiant split push Alchemist could have worked.
Yeah.
But in a game with with like where they kind of have to stay behind their Alchemist as he farms, they weren't able to deal with split push at all.
Yeah. And of course, just really strong play from from some of the individual players. Like Blink's performance on the Invoker that game, 7-0-8, was pretty much untouchable. Where there might be kind of rocky decisions elsewhere in Wings, his road to victory was incredibly smooth, and MP couldn't do anything to slow him down.
The individual play between Blink and Eternal Envies, there's a big difference too. Like every time that I ice walled, Envy would have tornadoed. Pretty similar, and he used a tornado like way early on in the fights to like stop them from pushing or get someone in position or try and scout out a little bit. He used it very, very differently. I like seeing the different Invoker playstyles, and Blink is definitely one of the top ones for me.
Absolutely, and obviously the way that Envy played the game, he did go for that farming build. Do you think that was indeed the correct thing to do, or would you have liked to see more fighting from him?
I agree.
They didn't have a choice.
I don't think he had a choice.
He had to go that way.
That was their only way back into that game, and they almost did it. I was impressed.
Yeah.
They did make a pretty sizable comeback.
And were you impressed with kind of the way that they played around the Ice Blast as well? Obviously, from the draft, we felt that could be something that shakes it up. But overall, there was kind of two key points. When they did get the lockdown onto Envy and follow it through with the Ice Blast, it did rip him to pieces. But other than that, as you mentioned earlier, as well, MSS's play, some great kind of clutch aphotic shield saves.
For sure.
But at the end, some parts where you felt that maybe MSS not quite in the position he needed to be to save his teammates.
Those were some of the biggest slip-ups for them.
Yeah, the fight in the woods. With the first fight that NP could have had with the Aghanims on MSS, that could have been a turnaround, but he wasn't in position, and they didn't even have a chance that fight at all.
Well, that is it for the second series indeed, ladies and gentlemen, as Wings are able to take it 2-0 against MP. And moving on to the third and final series of the day, I mean, we are going to get a new panel on, but just hear your guys' thoughts on it prematurely. VP versus Wings. What are you expecting, Ben?
I think VP will actually take it. Probably 2-1.
I don't know.
2-0.
Maybe this was just first series of the day for Wings. Maybe they'll come back with that TI6 kind of gameplay we were expecting to see.
I'm really liking virtus.pro at the moment, so it's I hope virtus.pro is going to do really well.
They're hot.
And I think virtus.pro performed the way I was expecting them to today, and I think Wings, even though they still won, looked a little bit more shaky than I was expecting them to. So maybe I think maybe VP's going to take it.
It'll be a good series.
It will be a great series.
It's going to be an amazing series. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go
bored
anywhere.
with that, Peter.
Yeah, it's going to be a good
I'm excited.
It's going to be great.
I'm just saying it's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be amazing. VP versus Wings coming up very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a short break here at the Summit 6, but we'll be back for Virtus Pro versus Wings Gaming. We'll see you shortly for that one.